when Earl disappeared and the truth came out. Storytime 4, about a guy named Earl. One day I just couldn't find Earl anywhere. No calls, no texts, nothing. I called his family, I called his mother, I called everybody. All I kept saying was, "Where is Earl?" Nobody had an answer. Everybody acted too calm for me, and that made me even more nervous. My friend from work, shy, she was confused too. She knew Earl's family because I had introduced her to Rashad, Earl's brother, so she was connected, and when she talked to the brother, he said maybe Earl was with another woman. The whole family said the same thing, and I remember sitting there thinking, why would he do that to me? It didn't feel right. It didn't match his behavior. Something was off. I kept calling and calling. They kept telling me, give him space. And I'm sitting there like, what the hell do you mean space? Nobody was worried except me. The whole family was too calm, too relaxed, and too quiet. I was the only one upset. One night, after giving up on calling, I sat on the edge of the bed with my Bible. I opened it, and the verse I saw said something about seek, something about sickness, something that made hospital come to my spirit. So I listened. I picked up the phone and called the hospital in Dover. I asked, "Do you have a John Doe or anybody who matches a description?" I gave them his name. They said, "Yes, we have someone here under that name." My heart dropped. I said, "Is his name Earl?" "Yeah," they said, "he's here." I felt like the room spun. I grabbed my friend and she drove me straight to the hospital. When I got to his room, I was a mix of scared, angry, and confused. And when he saw me, he turned his face away and kept saying, get out, I don't want to face you." I'm thinking, what do you mean, get out? What is happening? I went straight to the doctor. I said, what happened to him? The doctor looked me dead in my face and said, he's been using crack cocaine. He overdosed. His heart stopped. I froze. I was in shock. This man who seemed so put together, so calm, so mysterious, had a whole addiction no one warned me about. I walked back to his room. I asked, "Where is my car?" And he snapped, "All you care about is the car. What about my life?" I'm thinking, what? I'm the one who found you. I'm the one who came. His nephew ended up getting the keys. He wouldn't even hand them to me. When we picked up the car, the back seat was full of women's clothes, shoes, a hospital wristband, papers, stuff from another woman. I felt my stomach drop. His whole family got quiet, real quiet. When I got home, I cried for 3 days. Not a little cry, the kind of cry that comes from your soul. My friend stayed on the phone with me the whole time. She had been there at the hospital, so she knew the truth. She told her brother, and then Earl's mother finally called me. She said, "Don't cry, baby. God is going to turn your ring around. I'm sorry you're going through this." And I'm thinking, turn my ring around? Ma'am, did you know your son was on drugs? She said, I knew he had a past. I didn't know he was still doing it. And that's when it hit me. Nobody told me anything. Nobody warned me. I walked straight into something dangerous and didn't even know it. When Earl finally came home from the hospital, he wasn't the man I knew. He was ignorant, arrogant, mean, just evil with his words. One night we were lying in bed, dark room, quiet house, and he turned to me and said, "You judging me with your fake preacher eyes? Miss Holy Christian, you think you better than me. Your past ain't clean. Everything you told me about them women, you disgraceful. And you judging me, you ain't the one going to make it in." I was stunned. He tore me down like I was the one who hurt him, like I was the one who abandoned him, like I was the one hiding an addiction. I cried silently, wondering how a person could flip their pain onto me like that. And after that night, he never looked at me the same, like something in him changed. Or maybe something in me woke up. He went back to work, and that's where the next part of the story begins. Stay tuned.